very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV with your host, Kriti Mishra. And joining us right now is a very special guest, Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs and Petroleum and Natural Gas, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. Sir, welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. Sir, a big takeaway for the middle class from the interim budget. A new scheme for the middle class living in rented houses, chawls and unauthorized colonies. They would be able to build their own houses. What's the roadmap ahead?
First of all, Kritiji, I think what we should do is to say that this is a interim budget, but it provides a very significant booster, feel-good shot. It comes 10 years after a government's sterling performance, as was listed in the Honourable President's address to the Parliament and the Honourable Finance Minister's context setting that she did today. The government has done a lot for every section of society. Those who were underprivileged, those who were on the margins of development, from street vendors to, we had taken capital expenditure to 10 lakh crores. So for everyone something is done. But it's an interim budget. It's a vote on account. It provides a path towards the budget which will be presented in after the new government has been formed in May, which will be our government. For the middle class, yes. Number one, a very interesting quote that the Honourable Finance Minister gave. She quoted the Honourable Prime Minister and said, our government will launch a scheme to help the deserving sections of the middle class. And I quote from him, that is the Honourable Prime Minister, as exactly what you said, living in rented houses, slums or clouds. Now look, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has already done 4 crore or thereabouts in the Shahri and Grameen Kshetra. I heard a figure today of more than 2 crores additional. Okay. Then for the middle class, I think the context of those living in rental houses or in informal settlements, for them to purchase their own this thing. Now, typically, if a young professional, young couple go to a bank and ask for a loan, they say provided at 12%, they would get some interest subvention. But I would hope that this was the announcement by the Honourable Finance Minister. Let's see the scheme rolled out. Let's see the details of it. Yes, it's very big. But the middle class has got many other things also. I mean, today, for instance, if you talk about the metro urban transport system, who uses the metro urban transport system? The middle class. Then the trains, suburban trains, urban trains, the kind of figures that we are dealing with. I keep coming back to my, 30% year-on-year increase on capital expenditure. It was 7 lakh crores, now it's 10 lakh crores. Now this is an interim budget, and he's already taken it up to 11.1 lakh crores, from 10 lakh crores. Other than that, from my 2 ministries, I must say, Swanidhi.
Yes.
Swanidhi, this is a scheme that was rolled out at a time when the economy was in lockdown position. And you have a situation in which the figures given, something like 73, 74 lakh vendors have already got loans. Many of them, the Honourable Finance Minister rolled out, many of them on the third loan. That means they got a loan of 10,000, then another one of 20,000, repaid and got 50,000. That has made them micro-entrepreneurs. That has got them moving from the informal economy, onboarded onto the formal economy. They become recipients of all the Pradhan Mantri central schemes. So I think it's a tremendous feel-good, positive-looking budget, which is also, I think, another way to say that the economy, after 10 years of solid performance, is now ready, according to the IMF, to roar to becoming a $5 trillion economy. I never bought that 2008 figure. I mean, it's going to happen before that. And then a $10 trillion economy. And the whole thing is about Viksit Bharat. So today you see not the green shoots of Viksit Bharat. You're already the 5th largest economy in the world. You see the precise directions in which sections of the economy will boost. I saw an interaction between my friend, the G20 Sherpa, when he was talking about how this boosts private sector investment. And the private sector is looking for a government which means business, a government which is going to in the energy sector, deal with issues relating to availability, affordability, sustainability. A government that is enhancing the clean energy program. A government that is now talking about mandatory blending of biogases. A government that is talking about enhancing the biofuel. So it's good, feel good all around. And coal, gasification, again, that will add to the, clean energy program.
Absolutely, sir. Taking a cue from what you said and talking about petroleum, there's going to be phased mandatory blending of compressed biogas in CNG. This is certainly a huge green push in the interim budget by the finance minister.
This is a push. It's an interim budget. That's why I'm saying if it had been the full budget, you could have expected, the 5-year plan to be rolled out. But we are already talking about CVG blending. I was in Uttar Pradesh the other day. We have, I think, 37 CVG plants operational there. We are looking at another 100 plants, or an overall 100 plants, which the OMCs are setting up. Now, there will be private sector or some other people. Are they going into efforts in different states? I don't know. But today, clean energy or sustainable energy in India is taken as the norm. I mean, I was so impressed today with that 1 crore households with rooftops on top. Yes. Some of my friends talk about freebies, 300 unit की बिजली मुफ्त. Here, 300 unit बिजली मुफ्त नहीं, ये तो आप अपने छत पे सोलर पैनल लगाएंगे और उससे आपको बिजली मुफ्त मिलेगी. और जो बिजली अधिक आप प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, you will put that into the grid and earn money. And a saving of about 15 to 18,000 in a month. Right. In a year, yeah.
Absolutely, sir. And before we wrap up, sir, all set for Viksit Bharat by 2047?
First of all, we are all set for the conclusion of this budget session. Soon thereafter, a country which is in a celebratory mood, where we did the first country in the world to land on the south pole of the moon, a country which has celebrated the consecration of Lord Ram, a country which is, IMF global growth average आप देखिए उससे दुगनी है भारत की forecast, a country which is, I would say, in every respect, which has a very good story to tell. So, come 2024 Lok Sabha election, and then we are looking at another 5 years ahead of not resting on our thing. I think the message coming through from the Honorable President's speech and the Finance Minister's speech today, that this is work in progress. So whilst you are happy at the 10 years performance, you have even more expectation and hope of the kind of things. I mean, we talked about Lakhpati Didis, yes. 2 crores. The 2 crores has suddenly gone up to 3 crores. Okay? You talked about, and some of these things are not even mentioned here. I mean, you will see the unfolding through the other policy announcements which are coming. So I think it's a day of, one can sit back without being complacent to say, the system has delivered. And the Honorable President's speech yesterday, sharp, one-line bullet points. We had so many airports. We have, today she said, we have now 149 airports, more than double. If you look at how many, the before picture and the after picture. So today's less than an hour spent there, I think it shows, and her subsequent press briefings, etc. I think as all Indians will should say, good 10 years, and now start rolling up your sleeves and for another even better 5 years.
Well, absolutely, sir. On that positive note, thank you so much for talking to Sansad Television.
Thank you. Thank you.
With camera person D.K. Pandey and camera assistant Lal Mohar, I'm Kriti Mishra, signing off for Sansad Television.